This is our latest build, the BMW 335i, and we're determined to make it one of the most unique builds we've ever done. It has a built N55 motor, bagged on airless suspension, and now it's getting sent off to simple auto size to get wrapped.
Nice. Wow. That's cool.
Gloss?
That's sick.
Yes, exactly.
Like, cause you know, looking at pictures online, it's hard to tell. It's like that's really subtle, but no, that looks good. In the sunlight, that looks really good.
Yeah, it is subtle, but it's like it's subtle in like most environments. But then when it's direct sunlight,
Yeah,
it's pretty.
yeah, that pops. So we're cloning this design, but with all of our stuff. So the Jaeger logo will be the Speedhaus logo, and then different placements for all those supporting brands that we've used on the build.
A one-to-one.
So it'll all be embossed, so it's not as in your face as this one.
If you look at it from far away and you don't actually like pay attention to what
That's gonna look sick.
So they went ahead, so like the hood's already wrapped, and the top of the deck lid is wrapped.
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday they started by wrapping the skirts. You see the shades a little different.
Oh yeah.
So they wrapped the skirts, the hood, and the deck to start with before we started laying stickers, because James kept saying bottom of door for all the small logos. So he wrapped the skirts and then put the small logos up there and called me and was like, hey, we should really do these on the skirts. And I said, well, I thought you were going to. And he goes, yeah, I had stuck in my head bottom of door and it looks like crap. So then he texted me this morning and said that they ordered more vinyl so they can pull the skirts off later and put the stickers down there. Yeah, so he said they didn't look good.
It's so hard to imagine in my head what it's gonna look like when it's done.
Yeah. I had a video chat, and like James hasn't seen any of it, and Jacob video chatted me so that we could kind of see where it was going, and he was asking me about those skirts, and I said, well, go to something you've done so I can see it.
Oh,
so
yeah.
like the spy photos of the hood and trunk look really good. It looks pretty sick.
Are you ready?
Told him you can't go in until you got the camera ready.
This thing's been such a nightmare to get to this point. I don't know if I'm ready to see it.
James is ready.
Probably worse than him.
Yeah, because I'm gonna
Don't cry.
do bad things to this car. Well, it's white.
It's white.
You gotta dump it out real quick.
Oh yeah. Why is it at rally car height?
It looks like, I don't know, like tame in here until you hit a certain angle and it gets all rainbowy.
Yeah. Like I can see it real good in this quarter with the light right above it.
That's great time to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sunlight is gonna be killer.
Remember, the original idea was to put a number sign there, a race, so we put the Pure logo on it. Because we're gonna show it with the hood closed most of the time anyways.
Are you gonna pull it out? Yeah. Pretty sick. It's gonna be even cooler when it's wrapped. It's shining.
That's bright.
Yeah.
From right here, it's wild, dude. You can see all the rainbow in it.
What do you think?
Looks great. By the time we get the other stuff done, we got side skirt extensions to put on, a new front lip to put on, just double check some stuff and it's good to go.
That's crazy. The pearl is super subtle, but in the right lighting,
It's sick.
there's no way that I'm gonna drive this and baby it. So I said, I said, Matt, you got to break it in, and then I'll drive.
You know what the best part is? What? You get to drive it.
I mean, there's that.
That's cool. That's dope.
Now that we're all said and done, wrap's finished on the vehicle, trunk's good to go. What we've done is stick the 28-inch flow tank actually underneath our trunk, and I say underneath now, but on a deck lid of our trunk, which doesn't really fold like it's supposed to anymore. Did the tilty trunk with the carbon fiber CSL lip just because we could. It's a little bit different. The trunk does have a capability. Oh, hold on, you gotta see the favorite part. This is for the culture, everybody. That's honestly why a lot of this car is done the way it is. We wanted something that's gonna stay street car and still be kind of like race car, but essentially the trunk will still fold up exactly like this into a normal factory style position. Again, adapted it to fit the pins, hold it nice and securely. Got one for each side. But now you just have a normal trunk. You wouldn't think anything of it. Has the normal operations. Basically still uses all the factory BMW things. What we did to kind of make this work with extra thickness of the bracket was drop down using some of the factory adjustments. I believe on one side we did trim a little bit to get it just that little bit lower, because as you see now, it's gonna close nice and neat. Ignore the license plate, but we got nice and flush there, nice flush over here, and then just again, just like a normal trunk. So as Matt talked about on the install, we are gonna do full AN on this system. With the trunk up like this, we can kind of give you a little bit better view of that. We have the 10 AN that we run for both of our compressor lines right here, with enough slack to be able to go into the tilted orientation and the closed orientation without any problems, no leaks. Same thing with here. I gotta snap the plate in all the way, but the slack allows that to sit down there, everything nice and neat and tucked out of the way. Vire compressors are just mounted super simply. They send hardware with the kits, so I just adapted that hardware to work with this, just mounted up. That's about it for the trunk and air ride system. I did something kind of cool for the controller. Trevor will kind of cut to some shots of that, but got the idea from a lot of times people put the little gauge, like LCD gauge clusters in their vents. I thought, well, why not, let's hide this off here, give it the aesthetic of getting the race car feeling. Went ahead and took the passenger vent for the idea. You're gonna be driving this car most of the time. Driver's important, so you gotta make sure your AC, your heat, vented to you properly. Passenger, don't need those where we're going.